All right, we are back. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Happens from time to time. But we are back. We are live. Once again, it's the Comment Hall and Roundtable. And we left off, we were talking about, where were we at, Al? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we were talking about pops and basically whether or not they are here to stay or whether or not they're a long-term fad. So yeah, that's where we were.
Okay. Yeah, I think that pretty much the same thing is that, as I stated before we went off air, is that I think it's here to stay. I really don't think it's going anywhere. It's a fad. It's something, not a fad. It's something that's in demand. People are looking for them. If you look around, people who you didn't even think collect pops are getting pops. People who love them at work. They have them on their desk. They're all over the place. Whereas Beanie Babies was just kind of one of those things that, you know, was really a niche product. You need to find too many guys buying Beanie Babies. So with pops, it appeals to everyone. So everyone, is able to take part in it. That's my thoughts on that. All right, your thoughts, Al?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of like halfway. I think that they have the propensity to stick around for a prolonged period of time. Um, I think that they can hold value, as evident with some of the ones that I've seen. And I know that Beanie Babies got to that height. However, I think it was a different type of collecting Beanie Babies. And with that, it was more or less a situation where it's like, okay, well, we're collecting these, and we're looking per se at and it's not like people don't collect pops the same way, because I do. Unlike X is the collector that likes to display his. Personally, I would like to display mine. I don't have room to, but I would like to display them in the boxes, in the little protective cases, which I need to get some because I'm a collector. That's what I do. But as far as it goes, I see them sticking around as long as there's an interest in them. If people continue to purchase them, and if Funko continues to do the rare ones, because I didn't realize it was like, oh my God, it's like 5 or 6 different Michael Jacksons, like for real, for
Yep.
real. Like they had like a Thriller Michael Jackson. They had a Billie Jean Michael Jackson, I think. They had about 3 or 4 more. They had them like in that sequin admiral suit, and some of those are vaulted and worth a few $100s. So it's amazing how much they actually have produced frame that they've been around as a company. So my thing is that if they keep bringing the ones out that I like, I'll continue to purchase them. That's pretty much my stance on it. So but yeah, I see them sticking around as long as there's still a need, what people purchasing them. So
Sweet. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and I'll assume the reins here on these next few topics. Comcast is looking to step in and derail this Disney deal. Now, I've got my speculation on that, and I think this is more brinksmanship more than anything. I think that Disney's going to ultimately get their product. They have a war chest, so no matter what Comcast throws up there, Disney can match it, if not do better. So I wouldn't put too much stock into this. And besides, yeah, I know that on the television side of things, NBC is looking to freshen up their lineup, and they probably could do some of these TV shows justice. I mean, Heroes was not a bad show. Uh, contrary to what people tell you, Hannibal was a good show. You had several good shows on NBC. So I mean, look at what's the one guy, Blacklist. So I mean, you had that. So I mean, they could probably uh, you know do shows justice, but I just don't see them buying it. I think DC's got the money to do it, and I think not DC, excuse me, Disney's got the money to do it, and I think Disney's gonna get the job done. It's just a matter of waiting it out. This is not gonna be a quick process by any. I mean, look at T-Mobile and Sprint a couple of weeks ago. We've been hearing about that for like 5 years. Just finally went through a couple of weeks ago. So I mean, stuff like this takes time, and I think people are in the idea because these movies are getting good. They want to see. Oh, I want to see X-Men. Oh, let's go see. I think that's what it is. It's that people are just a heightened sense of longing for certain characters in movies. Thoughts, Al?
I agree. I mean, the fanboy in me wants to see the Avengers versus X-Men. That's just me, but the reality is that you have those types of semantics and red tape that will prevent that from happening anytime soon. Comcast, I think they're basically, in all honesty, I think Comcast is just a foil to drive the price up, because it's one of those type of things. It's like eBay. When you got somebody that's in fierce competition with you, you've seen an item that's been sitting for like a couple of days, and then all of a sudden here comes somebody and they want to start bidding. In most cases, what you try to do, or I've done this myself, jack the price of the actual bid up. So if they want it, they're gonna pay for it. I think that Comcast is doing something similar to that. I think before it's said and done, Disney was already at $60 billion for what they were going to get from Fox. So I think at the end of the day, it's probably going to go up some more, because with Disney, I mean, for them to bring all that back into the fold, not only with the Marvel properties, but all the other side things that, Fox Sports and FX, and I think what the Predator trilogy, they were going to get access to the original 6 Star Wars movies. Those properties were coming back to them, in addition to a host of other properties. So I think, to quote De La Soul, the stakes is high when it comes down to what Disney is actually, because Disney is one of those resourceful companies. I mean, you look at Guardians of the Galaxy, they allowed for, a property that most people, you had to have been a comic book fan to know who the Guardians were, and they made that into a successful franchise. So they know how to make lemons out of lemonade. So I believe they realize what they have the propensity of obtaining with all those properties. And, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Again, the fanboy in me is like, yeah, I want to see Avengers vs. X-Men in 2021, but logically it's not going to happen. But I don't see Comcast doing anything. And even if Comcast did put in a serious bid for those properties, I mean, aside from the network channels, they wouldn't do anything with the Marvel properties that they wouldn't do no better than what Fox is doing right now, with the exception of Deadpool. So, like I said, man, I just think this is just them trying to get under Disney's skin and possibly trying to boost up that amount for those properties to make them pay a higher rate. But then again, I could be wrong. So,
yeah, I just think it's one of those things. Everybody's gonna have to be patient. Everybody's got to be patient. Yeah, I know Fox is putting out crap. I know Sony's putting out crap, but it's just gonna be one of those things you're gonna have to just go through. So, if I had to put an estimate on when this deal will get done, and this is all seriousness, I would even say you probably even hear about it getting closed no later than the end of next year.
Yep.
So everybody can hang it up this year. It's not happening this year. So that's that. So all right, I know TC is trying to get back on, and Larry's trying to get back on. So hopefully they'll be able to get back in here. We have a little technical difficulties, but we'll go old school, and we're gonna keep this train rolling. And we'll revisit some of this stuff when they get back. So let's talk about Savannah Comic Con. Me and Xavier, uh, for those who follow the channel, already know that we were at the Savannah Comic Con this year. It's our first year going, and I would have to say this year was definitely a success. Um, a lot of great vendors there. Made some new friends. Sam, if you're watching, good evening. Jack, good evening. Uh, Also scored some great pickups while we were down there, and I mean, just it was a great environment, a lot of cosplay, uh, and it was a nice time. I really had a good time. Uh, Definitely next year you got to go with us, man. You got to go next year. You know, it's really a good show. Great vendors, people coming all the way from up north. So I would say I'm definitely going back again. Savannah is a great place for those who have never visited Savannah, Georgia. You are missing out. You're definitely missing out. But it was hot. I will say it was hot. It was like 98 degrees down there. It was like hot, hot. But great show. I mean, you'll see some of the stuff tonight in the hall. Uh, so we'll segue from that, and we'll go into the Atlanta Comic Con, which is coming up in July. Which this is the first time that Georgia's gonna have something on this level, and so I'm thinking personally, I think this is gonna be uh, something that's gonna be really, really big, and I think that this is gonna be something that's gonna make national news. That's kind of the way I feel about it. Definitely going that Friday. We will be there. We will be there, and we will do a show that Friday live. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you check us out. We're gonna be all over the place that day. Al,
Well, I already bought my ticket. And just to backtrack to the Savannah Comic Con, I wanted to go, ladies and gentlemen. The deal was is that Matt and X actually left the day before, and I had to work. So it kind of threw everything off as it stood. So had I been, had I took the day off like I should have done, I would have went down there with them because I'm not the one to try to miss out on any deals and any new experiences. But the Atlanta Comic Con, if you are in the Georgia area or in the state of Georgia, the Atlanta, Georgia area, or in the surrounding cities or counties, the Atlanta Comic Convention is July 13th through the 15th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion, we plan on being there on that Friday. So if you're in the area and you see one of us, just come up and say, hey, I know you. I see you on not Facebook, YouTube. I'm sorry. I see you on YouTube. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've already compiled the list and I know exactly what I'm looking for. And I'm hoping that I will be able to get what I'm searching for so I could go ahead and scratch some of these particular books off my list so I can I can complete the runs that I'm looking to complete. So yeah, I'm there, man. I've already asked for the day off. Matter of fact, I had that whole weekend off. So yeah, I'm got my oil change today with anticipation of the road trip in July.
any books in particular you looking for while you're up there?
Oh, most definitely. We know, as I told you before, I'm looking for Shazam 28. And for those that don't know, Shazam 28 is the first modern appearance of Black Adam. That particular book is fairly pricey. I mean, for mid-grade, it's going to cost about maybe 80-90 bucks. For higher grade, it's probably going to be about $300. But I'm looking for a mid-grade. I'm hoping to find two if I could, but I'll be satisfied with one. If you've seen any of our previous broadcasts, especially for Free Comic Book Day, we were down at Comics Plus in Macon, Georgia. Shout out to Will. And I was looking for Alpha Flight. By the way, I still think Marvel's going to do something with Alpha Flight. So if you are a collector, be on the lookout for Alpha Flight 1 if you can find one. I think they coming. But I'm missing a few back issues for Alpha Flight, like 5 or 6 to complete the first run of Volume 1. So I'm looking for that. I'm short like 6-7 issues of New Warriors Volume 1. I was a huge fan back in the 90s when I sold my comic book collection the first time. That was one of the books that I actually was receiving via the mail. I subscribed and they were mailing me books via the mail. So I'm missing about 7 or 8 books out of that particular run. But I'm going up to look for those books, mainly some back issues, key issues to complete some runs. The Shazam 28, and if I see anything else, you know, within my budget, I have a certain amount of money I'm going up there with, and I already told Matt if I see a giant size X-Men for a decent price, I'm probably gonna pull the trigger if it's within my price range. So that's pretty much it though. What about you, Matt?
I am looking for the first appearance of Doctor Doom. That's on my list. First appearance of Doctor Doom is probably the main book I'm looking for. I've got a couple other things that I'm looking for, but I'm still trying to compile exactly what I'm doing. I'm kind of going to attack those butt bins and see what I can grab out of there. TC is having major trouble tonight getting back on, so
Yeah, I
not
saw
sure if he's
that.
going to be able to get back on. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably get ready to wrap up shortly. We got a few other things here, but this is mostly stuff that we would need everybody else to kind of go through. So we'll go ahead and segue, and we'll kind of tie this into our hauls for the night. So, Al, we're gonna come back. We'll revisit some of this stuff on the next show once we have everybody else on,
That's
and
fine.
so we'll do that, and we'll go ahead and hop right on over to the free comic book day, which Larry, you, and myself, we went on the trekking that day. We went several stores. If you watch it on the channel, you've seen kind of what we did, but you have not seen what we have got. So we'll go ahead and we'll go. This is going to be an extended haul tonight. So we'll go ahead and get our hauls out from Free Comic Book Day up until now. Al, I'll go ahead and go get this show on the road. And right out of the gate is the Celestials #2, the first appearance of the Eternals #2, the first appearance of the Celestials, which is this book has now become a $20 book. It's officially a $20 book now. Yeah.
It was $1 like 3-4 weeks ago, like before they announced that Eternals movie. It's still $1 or
Yep.
$2. Yeah.
Thor $3.39. First Stormbreaker $1. Got this while we was in Savannah. Invincible #20. Invincible has a low print run, so if you see those books for little or nothing, pick them up. The Justice League #1. This is the other volume. Southern Bastards #1, something I have been looking for. Variant. This is the Jetpack Games and exclusive variant. Don't judge me. I still have a little bit of my childhood in me. This is Ewoks #1. This book is kind of hard to come by, man. Believe it or not, hard to come by. A book that was on my list that I have been looking for a while. I paid $20 for it. May have overpaid, but this book is going up a little bit. Booster Gold. Excuse me. Booster Gold #1. DC presents #49. Second appearance of Shazam in the Bronze Age. Batman 609. Detective Comics 474. Deadshot. Avengers 227. Green Lantern 50, the first of Parallax. No Justice 1. Infinity, number 14. First DC cover by Todd McFarlane. Infinity Crusade for $1. Infinity War for $5. New Teen Titans number 1 for $12. Got a great deal on half off. Shout out to Origin Story and Comics Plus for those great deals that day. Got this Marvel Age Stan Lee cover. Marvel Age 41, I believe. Yeah, 41. Yeah. New Teen Titans number 1, $5 book. Black Panther number 4, first appearance of White Wolf. Captain America 310, First Service Society. Book Nook, went stopped by the Book Nook about 2 weeks ago. New Avengers number 27. Got it for the Ronin cover. And also the first appearance of Ronin. Submariner number 19. First appearance of the Stingray. You just never know with Submariner. Those Submariner books, if you see them at a good deal, go ahead and grab them. 657 Batman. First appearance of Damian Wayne on the cover. Avengers 85. Got this for $20. This is the first appearance of the Squadron Supreme. Eternals 5. Celestial. Eternals 8. Another Celestial. Eternals 9. More Celestial. Nova. Super Friends number 7. First appearance of the Wonder Twins. Exiles number 2. New Valhalla. More Eternals. More Eternals. This is a surprise for you, Al. I had this one. I got this one yesterday. And this is Incredible Hulk 162. I'm going to let you guess what that is, Al, before I put it up.
162. Hold on. I'm gonna take a wild guess. Incredible Hulk 162. Nah, that couldn't be the leader. It couldn't be the Abomination. Rocket Raccoon.
First appearance of Wendigo.
Oh,
First appearance of Wendigo.
I should know that.
All right. Machine Man number 7. First appearance of the Power Broker. Submariner number 5. First Tiger Shark.
Tiger Shark.
I've already got a copy of this, but this was a great copy that I saw in the store. Plus, I picked this up too. Spider-Woman number 1. Guardians of the Galaxy number 1. Tomb of Dracula 58. First solo blade.
Dracula.
First solo blade. More Eternals. Guardians of the Galaxy 13, which is basically the precursor that kind of foretells Cosmic Ghost Rider. Book is starting to heat up too, by the way. Justice League number 7. I can't remember what's the significance about this one is again. And also got Avengers number 4. This one is another one. I can't quite remember right offhand. I have to go look them up and tell you. But those are good pickups. And coming down the home stretch, Kane the Conqueror, Avengers number 8. This is one that I wanted for a while. This is a character that me and Al have speculated off air that at some point he may be showing up. So this is a great book. If you look hard enough, you can find this at a good deal. I got this book for $40. If I can come in here a little bit. Uh, it's still everything is pretty much intact there. It's staples, and if I can come in here, you got a little bit of a rip or what have you. So it's a low grade book, but when you're talking about low grade Avengers, it's usually a win anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Kang the Conqueror first appearance. So if you can find this, look hard enough, be patient. When you go to your dealer, when you go to the comic book shows, ask, do you have a low grade of that book? Because a lot of times you can get that low grade and it's just as good as getting a regular grade. All right. And you'll see why I say that in just a second. So we're going down to Slab City. I have some books that got sent off a while back. They've returned back. G.I. Joe Yearbook #1. All New Wolverine #2. Book is going for about $400 on eBay. From the Savannah Comic Con, got this book at a great deal. It's a 7.0, $200. Batman Adventures #12. First appearance of Harley Quinn. $200. Highway robbery. You know, I didn't really realize how good of a deal I got until I started looking on eBay at books that were loose. You know, at about a 5 or 7 grade. It's crazy how much that book's going for. But then there was one. This is the reason why this show is called the Holy Grail.
Mm.
And for those who are still with us, you're gonna find out why. Because after looking for the TriStar out in the fields and looking and looking and looking, I found it. And when I found it, I said I had to have it. And for the price that I got this book at, there's no way I could not get it. So with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you those who have been patient tonight, those who have been intrigued, those who want to know, those who are in anticipation of what Matt is going to show. Can I get a drum roll, please, Al Rainey? No, coming up slow. Hulk 181. First appearance of Wolverine, grade 6.5. This book is going for almost $3,000 on the Bay. I paid $1,500.
And make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, that is a darn good deal for that book. Every time I see it, I get mad because I used to own that book, but it was, you know, a long time ago. Long time ago.
That's it, Al. I'm done.
Well, don't really know how I could top Incredible Hulk 181 unless I just mysteriously get X-Men #1 in my hands, and that's not gonna happen because I'm not a practitioner of sorcery. So with that being said, I'm just gonna go through and show what I got for Free Comic Book Day over the last couple of weeks. So I got some good stuff. Let me see. Now, for those that are subscribers that watch the show regularly, either live or through just whenever you get an opportunity, you should know that I am an avid fan of the X-Men, as is Larry Crocker. But My love for the X-Men actually runs pretty deep. So deep, in fact, that I have a goal to accomplish purchasing or owning every issue of X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. As a matter of fact, a little known fact, I actually have every first run or volume one of each X-Men title that came out from the 60s through current. Well, actually not the first volume, meaning that I have Excalibur, X Factor, New Mutants, X Force. I think that's all of them. And then the volume one of X-Men, which was the original Jim Lee run. I pretty much have, I have the full first run of the New Mutants from issue 1 to 100. With two copies of New Mutants 98, 3 copies of New Mutants 87. But I'm missing a few issues for Excalibur, X Force, blah blah blah. Well, for Uncanny X-Men, right now I'm short 89 issues before I had the full first run. And to put that into perspective, there's a total of 544 issues within that first run. So of that 544, I'm only short 88 books or 89 books, excuse me. So hopefully I'll be able to snag some good deals at the Atlanta Comic Con. At least 2 or 3 books. If I could do that, then I'll be winning. But during Free Comic Book Day, we went to Origin Story Comics, which, by the way, I dropped a interview plus a walkthrough of their store today. Shout outs to Adam and Clint. So we went there and we went to Comics Plus. Shout out to Will, who's the owner of Comics Plus. And I actually got a few things between the two. I got a lot of back issues of stuff that I'm not going to show. But some of the noteworthy things that I actually picked up would have been 2 X-Men books. X-Men number 30, 41. So these are the 2. I picked up these. I actually have to get the remainder of the series because I like to read them. But all of these are actually key books regarding Crisis on Infinite Earths. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6, which is the first appearance of the Ant. And number 7, which is so I got those. Also got these, which is it's a 6-issue miniseries called Legends. Really the only ones that are of any as far as key issues would be number 2. If I'm not mistaken, is the first appearance of Amanda Waller. Of course, she's over Task Force Suicide Squad. And number 3 is the first appearance of the Suicide Squad as a team. But I have the 6-issue series. On behest of Matt Odom, I got OMAC number 1.
OMAC. If you find that book, y'all, please get that book. It's only like 50 cents or a buck. But at some point, you'll hear about OMAC, man. The One Man Army. You'll hear about it.
All right. Tonight, number 1 now for eons. It just so happened when we were at and they had a half off, so I couldn't pass it up, so I went ahead and got it. I also picked this book up, although I ended up ordering it. I thought I bought it the day of, but it was my intention on getting it on Free Comic Book Day, but I actually found a copy that was a pretty good price on eBay, and that was Moon Knight number 1. Not to be confused
with Werewolf by Night.
It's Werewolf by Night 32, right?
Yeah, 32.
Right. Okay. Couple of the books I actually filed away. I got a couple of Marvel team ups. I think it was Marvel team up number 65 or 66, which is the first American appearance of Captain Britain. It's in my other room. It's in the other room. Captain Britain is a character that I've talked about on the show. There's rumors circling that in the phase 4, maybe Marvel might do something with Captain Britain since he's a superhero from, Great Britain. Who knows? But I got the first appearance. It was him. It's a Marvel team up with him and Spider-Man. So I got that. It's also the first appearance of one of the X-Men staunchiest villains, Arcade. Okay, so moving right along and that was at Comics Plus, by the way. So I got that first appearance and the first appearance of somebody else. I can't remember. But anyway, I picked this up as well. And this is the Hands of Kung Fu. Master Kung Fu. This is the first appearance of Shang-Chi. Matt and I have been discussing the fact that this guy here, he may either receive his own show or he may show up in Iron.
Do we lose you, Al? Yeah, I think we lost Al.
Huh?
Did we lose you? You was freezing up there. Yeah, froze there. What was the last thing you said?
I say he's the resident martial artist for the Marvel Universe. So we'll go ahead and make this quick since the internets don't want us to do this show tonight. I got this a few days ago. This is the Avengers number 72. This is the first appearance of a group called Zodiac. This particular team is a foe of the Avengers. They pretty much, as a group of guys, their powers are based on the Zodiac symbols. It's rumored, you hear rumors and rumblings about what they might do. Some of the newer books that I picked up, Black Elf, Widows and Orphans, and I checked, they didn't have no more up there. What was sold out.
All right.
But the original series Black, going to do a movie option. A movie for them, so they're doing a movie of pick for Wolverine number 1. One of the one shots lost. Both of these are pretty reads. I'm a fan of the X-Men, as been mentioned, so I picked up X, which is Kitty. Of stories I think written by Chris Claremont. I haven't read this one yet. Some time ago, I wasn't on any of the recent shows. We were talking about variant work. I picked up this, and Matt got it as well. Ms. Ackhausen, Virgin cover.
You freezing up over there, Al? You there? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk. Al should be back in a second here. I'm not sure. We're having a rough night tonight, man, as far as technical difficulties. But what he's holding up there is Action Comics 1000. This is the Dell Auto variant that was released a few week ago. We'll give Al a couple of seconds here, see if he's going to come back here. Yeah, it looks like he is frozen up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and end tonight's show. Hopefully next week's show, well, our next show won't be as have as many technical difficulties. But hey, man, I mean, after 2 years of running, we've done this show without technical difficulties, so you knew it was bound to happen. So we're gonna look in on a few things, see what we can do. Once again, we apologize for tonight. Uh, maybe even be the weather. Weather's been kind of bad in this part of Georgia, so may just be the weather itself. So we're going to go ahead and end tonight's show. But and Al has returned. Yep, there you go, Al. All right, so Al, you left off on Del Auto. Do you got any other books you want to show before
Yeah, before
technical
the
difficulty
internet
go?
start, yeah, the internet start tearing up on us again. So did you see the Del Alto?
Yeah, that was up there. Yeah, we saw that.
Okay. All right. So I ain't gonna really hold y'all much longer. I just picked up some books today. The No Justice through 3. The image title. Flash 46 and 47, I think. Yeah, Flash 47. Green Lanterns 47. Animosity 14. And I have 2 more things I want to show. One is a book more valuable than 181 in my eyes. When Matt see this, he gonna laugh. But ladies and gentlemen, I never really saw this comic book day, and I had to buy the book. I know it ain't worth nothing, but I'm gonna present to some and introduce to others. Marvel Premiere 31, featuring the Man Wood God.
Man, oh God. Oh yeah.
Wood God, the Man. Last thing, guy up at Origin Story, and I was gonna put it in the group, but I changed my mind, so I wanted to show it on the show. I know y'all had got the Hot Topic version of Thanos, but I didn't know Target had one too, and they had the Origin Story. So
Thanos.
10-inch copy, a 10-inch version of Thanos. That's why I was hoping X was on the line or on the show. I want to show him. But yeah, got that today. So paid a really good price for it. Actually, I paid less for this than what they're offering on eBay. So
Nice.
That's it for me, man.
All right. Well, like I said, want to tell everybody thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We had for 2 years running, we hadn't had any issues, and this is the first night that we've had major technical issues. So thanks for bearing with us. We will get this fixed. We will look into it on the next show, which we'll be back in about 2 weeks. So once again, everybody, thanks for checking us out. For Xavier Randall, Antonio Coleman, Lara Crocker, Walter DeRamus, who has been located. He's been located, but we have yet to see him back on this panel. And Al Rainey and myself, we want to tell you all thank you. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.
And Vincent Garrett.
And Vincent Garrett, congratulations. Sergeant Slaughter, that's his new name. Sergeant Slaughter, we want to tell you thanks. And I want to tell you congratulations, man, on all your hard work, because we watched you do it from day one. And so that is it for tonight's Comment Hall and Round Table discussion. For those in the Georgia area, don't forget MomoCon kicks off tomorrow, and it's going to be going on from tomorrow all the way to Sunday. And if you are planning going to the Atlanta Comic Con, I suggest you get your tickets before they go, because they will be sold out within probably about a month. So go ahead, get in while you can. For us, we will see you all on the rebound. Al, one last thing.
Well, just the plug that Will from Comics Plus is going to be at MomoCon, right?
Yep, he's going to be there. So make sure y'all stop by and check out Will from Comics Plus here. Is located here in Macon. And Will's going to have some good stuff for you. I saw him clear out the pop wall, so he's going to definitely have some nice pops for you. So you definitely want to pick some of those up. So, Will, if you're watching tonight, shout out to you, my man. Have fun up in Atlanta. Make sure you get some footage out there so we can check it out. And for that, we are done tonight. We hope you all have a great night. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you all in 2 weeks.